Hi, y'all. Let's talk. The real estate market is shifting. As everyone can see, interest rates are on the uptrend. And I want to talk about what that means for you, why it shouldn't ensue panic. This time last year, rates were probably between the 2 and 3 percentile. What was happening last year in our area, in the DMV area of Maryland, is intense competition. Supply and demand was completely out of whack. Because interest rates were so low, historically the lowest they have ever been, buyers were coming out of the woodwork. This was causing a supply issue. The demand from buyers was way higher than what inventory could keep up with. Inventory was already lower than average due to the pandemic. Add in, triple the buyers that the market was used to, and you have a supply and demand problem. What that meant was severe competition. This market was unhealthy and unstable at best for everyone. Every single person involved in that market was miserable, I can guarantee you. Even the sellers, even though they were making hordes of money, it didn't matter. It was still miserable for them to feel like they were letting everyone down. Really nerve-wracking processes, choosing between 20 and 30 families, people who are, writing you these love letters and making it seem like their, world is going to end if you don't pick them and you can only pick one person. It was really stressful on everyone. It was stressful for the realtors. Can I get an amen? It was stressful for our poor buyers who on average had to submit offers through 5 different houses in order to land on the house that they wanted. Listen, I always say what's meant to be will be. I truly believe that the house that they ended up with is the house they were always supposed to end up with. Doesn't make it any less frustrating, right? It was not a bad time to buy or sell then. Don't get it twisted. It's only the best time to buy and sell when you are personally and financially ready. It has nothing to do with the market. Screw the market. The best time to buy and sell is when you are personally and financially ready. Fast forward, boop, boop, to today, okay? Today, interest rates are about 3% higher than they were this time last year, which is a pretty quick rise. This rise was necessary to temper inflation and to equal out our supply and demand issues. In today's market, we're not to a balanced market yet, but we're making headway to get there. Positive and progressive incremental headway. Today, interest rates is I would say fairly financially stable conventional buyer. You could get about 5.25 to 5.5% today as your interest rate. Is this way higher than last year? Yep, it is. Does this mean you shouldn't buy and you should panic and you should throw papers all over the place and say, I'm not buying a house? No. Rates are normal right now. My personal opinion is that they will start to level out. You won't see any more huge gouges and increases. You will probably see a few more increases, but they will be smaller and a little more staggered out than they have been, not boom, 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 boom. What it means for today is that there's less competition. So when you equal out supply and demand, when the demand goes down because interest rates went up, which priced some of our buyers out of the market, unfortunately. When that happens, inventory has a chance to catch up, and inventory has a chance to ramp back up. We're not equal yet, but when you get to a point where inventory is equal with the amount of buyers out there, you have a balanced market. You have a house for everybody, and you don't need 27 offers per house because there's enough for everybody. You get offers that are much more reasonable. You get less competition. You still have happy sellers. Prices are not going down. The comps are what they are, right? So the prices are going to remain stable. So our sellers are still going to be super happy with their profits and their turnaround. And our buyers are now going to be happier with less competition and a better, I would say they would deem possibly a better value on the house. Potentially maybe their offers don't need to be giving away their firstborn children. There are some markets that are still like that. I don't want to set the wrong expectation. But moving forward, you should see us moving into a more balanced market, a healthier market for everyone. And to prove that I'm not just saying this because I want to sell houses, because you all should know by now, first of all, I love you. Second of all, I would never tell you something for my own benefit. I speak the truths. And the truths is I am moving forward on my own home purchase, even with interest rates the way that they are, because I feel like it's the right thing to do for my family. It's the right time for my family. And like I said, interest rates are a pretty normal rate right now. 5.5 is pretty average. We bought this house, our current house that we live in, 8 years ago, and I think our interest rate was like 4.5% 8 years ago. So they're not far off, really. And I thought that was a great rate. When we bought it 4.5, I was like, we did pretty good. It's pretty good. So at 5.25, 5.5, I still feel comfortable there. You should too. If you have any questions about the market, about what's happening, if you're panicking, if you're not panicking, if you want to become a buyer and you're not sure if this is your time, if you want to sell and you're not sure if this is your time, just give me a call. I'm here for you. Have a great Friday. Don't panic. It's going to be hotter than hell out there. Wear sunscreen. Love you. Bye.